everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We're simulcasting our broadcast today, so we welcome those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, as well as on Instagram. If you guys are new to us here on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button so you can stay connected with all of our program that we have here on Amazon as well. Also want to let you guys know, if you guys are not following us, you'll see the follow button either here in this corner or down below. You will also see the books by our next guest. We're excited to welcome William D. McCreary to our broadcast today. We're talking to William not only about his love of storytelling, but also what it's been like for him to share his messages with the world and to already see the response. The book that I have here for you guys here on my side is My Dad is a Big Truck Driver. You guys can see it here. When I talk to William, not only about what it's been like to tell a story that's very personal to him, but also other books as well. You'll see A Little Boy and a Dragon there in our carousel as well. If you guys have any questions for William, make sure you guys put those in the comment section for us. We'll be bringing those up as well. But William, hello to you and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Mr. Cyrus. How you doing today?
Hey, doing really good, man. So first of all, congratulations on the books. As I mentioned, I have here My Dad is a Big Truck Driver that our audience can get here on Amazon, as well as your book, A Little Boy and a Dragon. What has it been like for you, William, to see the way that people are responding to you as a published author?
Well, the reviews are coming back very good and very strong. It was just kind of spur of the moment type out of nowhere. Something just happened. And I've been wanting to write for a while, I guess. Just nothing never really took off. So, just for the opportunities now and it just kind of flow over me. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Hello to Melissa. Good to be able to see you over there on the Facebook side. Glad you could be with us. Tiffany Alexander, hello to you over there on IG. Glad you could be with us as well. And that's the other side of this, William, that you've been able to connect with readers literally around the country and around the world. What has that been like for you to see the way that people who've never met you before are finding out about your books and giving them a read?
It's, the support it's been phenomenal. Like I said, it's just kind of out of the blue. So, I'm just trying to take everything and be humble with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. Just taking it and absorb it all in.
Mm-hmm. You talked about you've been wanting to write for some time. Are books something that you've always enjoyed reading?
Yes, I'm an avid reader. I still read to this day, not just for education, but also for, pleasure. The books, the first book, A Little Boy and a Dragon, it was basically inspired by my son. He's on the spectrum. And so for the world, just to get a little bit more of an understanding of, autism and being on the spectrum and, how things can still turn around for you in your life.
Right. Love that. Hello to you, MD said. Good to be able to see you over there. I think I'm saying that correctly over there on IG. Glad you could be with us too. And I'm glad you mentioned that about A Little Boy and a Dragon, because it really shows the different types of books, William, you're writing. You have that one that can kind of go in the fantasy world, right? And then you have this book that I have, My Dad is a Big Truck Driver, which I got, which kind of tells the story of a dad that drives a different type of trucks that maybe a lot of people are used to, but also what that's like. How did you decide what you wanted to share in this book?
Well, I'm in the transportation industry myself. I drive big trucks, 18-wheelers. So I just wanted to give an educational book out there for the kids, just to understand what different type of trucks are. You got kids that when they're going on trips for the summer with their parents, they're got their head down in their tablet or they're reading a book. And I just wanted that book to be a part of the books that they read. You ride down the road, you got your head down, you look up and you're surrounded by all these trucks. So, they're the different ones. So I just gave them an opportunity to see, what that entailed as far as on the transportation side.
Yeah. You mentioned the book that started it for you, A Little Boy and a Dragon. Talk to us about what it was like for you to decide what kind of story you wanted to tell with that, because I think there'll be people who will be able to relate to the story. Of course, they'll be entertained by it. But William, take us through the messages you wanted to share in that book.
Well, growing up, my grandmother was a director at a special needs community. And so I've been around it for basically my entire life. And so basically, like, putting this book out here, that's what gave me, I guess, gave me the courage to kind of put it out there.
Yeah.
I don't say that I'm an advocate for them personally, but still, you know, for them to be a part of, you know, our life and our everyday life, and then for me to have a son, like I said, on the spectrum, it, you know, it's touching, and my voice is shaking now, but, you know, it's very special.
Yeah. And I think too, it kind of helps you to embrace differences, right, William, as well as
Right.
your own creativity. So talk to us about that for
Right.
you. I mean, because everyone, you know, there's so many different types of authors out there. What made you believe in yourself enough? Because I think that's something good for our audience to remember. Don't think because there's so many books out here that you can't release your book. What gave you the courage to say, you know what, I know there's other books out here, but I have a story I want to tell. I'm going to tell it.
All right, like I said, this book, Little Boy and the Dragon, is a personal book. You know, I don't want the other kids, to basically look at kids with special needs any differently. They have feelings, you know, they care about certain things, and they just want to be accepted. So, you know, that was one of the big reasons, and, you know, big things into how I end up writing the book. And, you know, I'm hoping it brings me a lot of success more than anything else. Just and then awareness to the community, the special needs community.
Right. Well, our audience, as you all can see there, you can get the paperback edition of the book for $12.99 on Amazon. I'm going to highlight it for you guys there, or you can get the Kindle edition. You see there too for $9.99. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. We also are simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, as well as on Instagram. I was speaking with author William D. McCreary today. We're talking with him not only about his love of storytelling, but also the books that you all see here, including this one here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it again. My dad is a big truck driver. So I want to talk about, for yourself personally, William, you know, have you gotten used to, I mean, people know you for a lot of things in your community. Have you gotten used to being known as a published author?
No. And, you know, it's a humbling experience. I just see myself as an average person, you know, a truck driver, professional truck driver, more than anything else. Just filling the needs of the community, the world, getting goods pushed out there into the world so that the consumer or the people can actually, you know, use it.
And I think you're also showing other people too, William, that even though they may have other professions, they can't pursue their own passions as well. I want to talk about social media for a second, because that's the way that you and I were connected. What has it been like for you to have that platform where you can literally at your fingertips be able to touch base with readers and introduce your book to new readers?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, these are tools that can be used to market yourself and, you know, get the information over the masses. I just want to use it, you know, in the right way. I know everybody uses it in a different way. So, you know, just for me, and how, you know, I just started with reels, and it kind of just took off from there. Just one step at a time. You know, one thing about me, I'm diligent. You know, I am always just trying to not quit. You know, don't give up on yourself. I live by that. So I'm just giving the kids, you know, something to look forward to, that they can be, you know, use their imagination and, you know, read and explore and be in the fantasy land. Don't grow up too fast.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Got a question coming in, William, about ages, which is good. What age group are the books designed for?
The books are designed for, you know, starting your kids off early, reading them bedtime stories. So the younger kids, 1, 2, 3, I believe all the way up to at least 12.
Okay. Good. And I think now with the school year coming in, are these books you would recommend for teachers? Maybe they can share with their kids in the school too.
Of course. I've already submitted like an application, or I guess some more like a syllabus, something like that. I introduced it to the school board over here in Coffee County in Enterprise, Alabama. I'm waiting for the superintendent to get back with me.
Okay. When you and we connected by phone, William, we were talking about this conversation we're having here today, and we're going to let our audience know how to stay connected with you. One thing that I noticed you were doing, you were contacting bookstores. I think that's a great reminder for other authors out there about the importance of being able to look for different avenues. What has it been like for you to be able to know that you can be able to contact these bookstores and have an opportunity for your book to be on shelves as well?
Well, I reached out to a Barnes and Noble's facility, and I actually had them. I spoke to the manager, and they had me send the ISBN number, and you kind of get on their schedule because they usually have one every Saturday in like the fall or the seasons that's coming around. So that's how I got connected with Barnes and Nobles to put my book out there with them, at least to have a book signing. My book signing is actually Saturday. It'll be from 1 to 3 in Dothan, Alabama. I encourage everybody to come out and just, hang out, get a book, read other books, explore the store.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about that experience. I mean, for you to be able to sign your own book. I mean, we talked about being a published author, William, but that is a great feeling. I remember my very first book signing back in 2014. What was that like for you to be able to have someone buy your book and then ask you to sign it?
Like I said, that's an incredible feeling. No one in our family has written, so to be the first author in the family is amazing. So I'm just humbled by the whole experience.
Yeah, love that. How are you already thinking about what type of story you want to be able to share next?
I've got a couple ideas already going, and working on a couple new projects. Only time table when I put them out there.
Got you. And are you having people at this point, William, who may say to you, "Hey, what advice do you have for me?" I mean, now that you have 2 books that are available on Amazon, as you were just talking about, you have ideas for others. Are you having people coming and wanting to find out, how you did it, and maybe even giving them some tips on how they can do it?
I've inspired a couple friends that have the time to actually sit down and do their memoirs. So that's been great and amazing in itself as well, just to be an inspiration to other people out there to want to be able to write. Like I said, I do it more so for the kids. I want the kids to be able to see that there's an opportunity right now to actually get out there and write your own story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to go back to this book. My Dad is a Big Truck Driver. I'm going to highlight it again for those joining us on Amazon. I do want to say, if you guys are joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, there's a link that will bring you all over to Amazon. If you guys are joining us on X, we'll make sure that we put it in the comment section. And those that are joining us on Instagram, we'll make sure to put it in my stories. So you guys, Raful, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on Instagram. Caney Treasure by, I think it's Renee. Hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on IG as well. Glad you could be with us. So I want to talk about this book, My Dad is a Big Truck Driver, because one thing that you wrote in the book that I've made a note of is as you were talking about the different types of drivers, right? And the illustrations are so great. But I want to read this one part, William, where it talks about basically the different types of trucks that dads drive. You see, her dad wasn't a local driver like a garbage truck driver or a dump truck driver or a mail truck driver. These type of truck drivers get to go home every night to spend time with their families. Her dad was an over-the-road truck driver. And what I love about this part of the story, William, I'm going to show it for our audience there. What I love about this part of the story is that it talks about basically the lifestyle, right? The challenges, that comes along with that. What was that like for you to kind of use this book also as an educational tool, maybe for other kids out there whose parents may be, this type of truck driver, or sharing with them the differences in the different type of truck drivers out there?
Well, kids, their parents do different careers and different jobs. So for me to kind of like point that out, so they don't have any resentment towards their parents, whether they work as a mail truck driver or a trash guy or a trash man. The over the road truck drivers, the lifestyle is definitely different. Some dads could be gone for a month, 2 weeks, or a week. So, just to introduce that to kids so they do know the difference that, having a dad home every night and some kids that don't have a dad home every night.
Yeah. And I love too that it shows that the other thing that impressed me about this book, William, is that it shows that regardless of what type of job it is, they all are important. Because one of the things that you point out in the book is, okay, maybe some may drive other type of trucks, but those trucks also are important for doing important things for us. We benefit from that. And I think that educational piece is really good too. I want to talk to you about the illustrations for both books. What was it? It's one thing for you to have the idea, William. What was it like for you to see the illustrations come to life with your story?
Well, I did some, additions. I approved everything beforehand. And so, I had to do some critiques on the truck and the backgrounds and things of that nature. But, those are also amazing situations, or just how it's presented to you. It can be overwhelming, but it was just amazing to get it out there and have it be approved by me. It was very exciting. And I hope the fans in the world, the people out here who purchase the book for their kids, I hope they really enjoy it.
Well, it really helps to tell the story. Especially, I think that one picture in this particular book with the father looking at the calendar and thinking about counting down the days. So they're able to get, it really helps to bring that home, right, for sure. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said, thank you. I appreciate you, complimenting the illustration.
Yeah. Because I think it really helps to tie you into the story and also to have a conversation. That's what I want to ask you about next, because I think a book like this will help a child to better understand different types of professions, like, if their parent happens to be a firefighter, right, or a police officer. Do you hope that's one thing that takes place with this book too, is that it can be a part of that conversation at home about the type of profession maybe their parents have and why they have to do certain things they do?
Yeah. Like I said, I hope it opens up the door for maybe even a firefighter book, just to give the kids a better or a simplistic way to kind of like comprehend what their parents do and why they're gone. Show and tell, or a day out with their parent. These are also good tools as well. But that's more so when the child gets a little older, like 14, 15, and 16. So this book here is just a little bit more of an introduction for the little kids who have questions. And once they, the curiosity starts and they ask their parents about it, they can explain it to them.
Mm-hmm. So again, everyone, William D. McCreary is our guest. We've been talking about his journey as an author. As we wrap up here, though, William, I want to talk about you as an entrepreneur, because I think that's the other thing about you, is that you're not just someone who does one thing. You are someone who's been able to tap into your own passions. What has that been like for you, to have ideas for things you want to do outside of the books and to be able to put your mind to it and see those things happen?
Well, I've always had the spirit of, or the heart of an entrepreneur. Back in 2007, I kind of started my own LLC and wanted to get the brand off the ground, but it just never took off. So, for this opportunity now to kind of like present itself, it's been amazing. I offer, we have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we got sweatshirts, we got beanies, I got hats as well. We'll talk about that a little later on, I guess, during the podcast.
And I think that is the other thing too, William, that, it really does show how you can diversify, right? And be able to do different things. I know we also going to have you on the radio show as well. And I think that's one of the things that our audience can really be able to take in too. I think as people look at you and look at what you've been able to do up until this point, William, they definitely can look to you as an example of what's possible, but also as a reminder. Who have been some of the people who've been able to inspire you as you've kind of gone throughout your life and your entrepreneurial journey?
My mother, she had her own beauty shop. My aunt, she had her own art selling business. And then also another aunt of mine, she has a sewing business. So, being surrounded by it, these entrepreneurs, and just the heart to want to help the community is just something I've just grown up around and grown up with.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, with that being said, which is why I wanted to save the entrepreneurial part for last year, is because I think a lot of things that stop people, William, is fear, right? Fear of failure,
Right.
fear of what people may think. How did you
Right.
overcome that fear and not allow that to stop you?
I guess just being brave and never giving up. Like I said, I tried it back in 2007 to do stuff, and I had ideas, but I just the timing wasn't right, and so I just kept plugging away and plugging away and plugging away, and never giving up on myself. And so for me to kind of be settled in now more so, I did have my own truck at one point, so I just been on the business side for a little bit, and this was just something that has always been on me to kind of like get out to the world. And so the books, social media, being able to help, being that platform, it just really helped me and to get myself out there.
Right. And I think, again, that's why using these tools is so important. Have you found it also? I know, for myself, coming from a small town here in Mississippi where I still live, William, a lot of times we look around and we don't see people who are doing what we want to do. What has kept you motivated even in that, when you haven't seen people doing what you do? Like you mentioned, you're the first one, even in your family, to write a book, right? So what is it that kind of keeps you motivated outside of that?
My son, you don't have to go off to a big city to, actually be an author or be an example or role model to the community. I just think you just have to, it's just me having the internal flame to just want to thrive and survive.
Mm.
I don't know. I get, I don't know. I just get what I need from my son and think about the things that he needs and the things that I never had and the things that he should have.
Wow. Love that. I think people can relate to that as well. Okay, William, so for those who are just finding out about the books, again, you have this one, My Dad is a Big Truck Driver. You all can get there. You can see there. We have it highlighted for you guys on Amazon, or you can be able to get A Little Boy and a Dragon. Here's your time to pitch, William. What would you say to encourage them to go ahead and pick up your books as they head into the weekend?
I just would encourage them to, get it for their kids and, read it to them at night and, just make it a routine thing that you do as you get into it, because, kids need that one-on-one time and it'll really mean a lot to them. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Mr. VAP. You can find me on TikTok. The website, the link for the website is going to be TDD, dropshop, dropshop.com/VAP. And you can go there and get the merch. Like I said, we have t-shirts that were hand drawn. Those are my designs, original. We got sweaters, hoodies, beanies, and caps, and new stuff to come as well.
Gotcha. So it gives us something to look forward to. And then, as you mentioned, you post on your social media as well, so we're able to be able to find it there. And what advice would you give to aspiring writers out there, William, who may have thought about writing a book, they've been putting it off, but they're watching this broadcast either here on Amazon or on social media? What advice would you give them to go about going for it?
Just go out there and try it. Maybe get some critiquing from others, close families. Don't let them rob you, though. If you feel like you're onto something amazing and magnificent, I say take that first step, one step at a time. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to fail. You learn more if you fail.
Yeah. Love that. I want to give some shout outs here. TAW Production LLC, good to be able to see you over there on IG. Sergeant 4 Academy, good to be able to see you as well. Thank you so much for joining us live. Trip J Band from Atlanta, hello to you. Good to be able to see you. Appreciate you all being with us as well. William, great conversation with you. I know we're going to be having another one for the radio audience for WYAD in Mississippi as well as for iHeartRadio. So I'm looking forward to that. If you don't mind, William, give out that website again for those that may have missed it.
That link is going to be tddropshop.com/BAP. That's TDD drop DROPSHOP.com/BAP.
All right. So make sure you guys do go there. We're going to make sure that we tag William for you guys over on IG for the replay. So you guys make sure you're following there. And William, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Cyrus. The platform, you've been amazing.
I appreciate that. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys did come in late, you missed part of the conversation, don't worry. The replay will be available on all the platforms that you all are watching us on here on Amazon. It'll be here on Amazon.com, but also for our audience tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and Instagram, it'll be there as well. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Talk to Cyrus later. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Just going to close out here.
Thanks, Cyrus.